I want to let you know that there is a definitive blueprint that you can follow to achieve success, prosperity, longevity, and peace of mind.
Listen to me, I would love to work with Eddie. Eddie won't return my calls, so maybe one day we'll have a conversation. But I think Eddie got to a place in his life, he's like, look, I've done it all, I've seen it all, peace out.
If you put your children first before you make any decision, you never make a bad decision.
That's brilliant.
You never make one bad decision if you put them first.
Eddie Murphy is finally calling out Tyler Perry and Oprah Winfrey for allegedly exploiting black actors for their own gain.
When I see that they put every black man in the movies in a dress at some point in their career, I'll be connecting them down like, wow, all these brothers got to wear a dress.
Wait, what? Tyler Perry's got some pretty interesting connections with none other than Diddy. You know, the one who's already neck deep in those serious investigations.
Tyler Perry told his male actors they're not allowed to consort with me because I saw you at a Diddy party, Tyler.
But hold on to your seats because it's not just Tyler Perry we're talking about. Word on the street is that Oprah Winfrey has become quite the expert at blacklisting black celebrities.
I've been excluded on Oprah, you know.
On Oprah?
On Oprah, yeah, I've been excluded, yeah.
So here's the real scoop. Eddie Murphy just dropped some major truth bombs about black representation in Hollywood, and it's not pretty. He's pointing out this huge elephant in the room, the shocking lack of unity among black professionals in the industry. With Black Lives Matter bringing more attention to these challenges, there's this growing push for economic empowerment in the black community. Murphy's take on this totally lines up with what Dr. Clark Anderson explored in those power dynamic studies. It's all about supporting black-owned businesses.
I want to let you know that there is a definitive blueprint that you can follow to achieve success, prosperity, longevity, and peace of mind.
But honey, let me tell you about this long-standing drama between Murphy and Spike Lee. Back in the early 80s, Lee wasn't shy about calling out Murphy for not using his star power to create more opportunities for black people in Hollywood. Murphy clapped back, saying he saw himself more as an entertainer than a political activist. The tension was so real during the filming of Lee's Do the Right Thing. Murphy showed up on set but kept his distance. But here's where it gets interesting. They eventually had this deep conversation about their different views. Lee was like, look, you've got this incredible power in the industry, use it. Murphy's been super real about why there's such a lack of unity among black people in Hollywood. He believes it's all rooted in this historical oppression thing, like they've been deliberately kept divided. Remember that Black Pac initiative from the late 80s? Total struggle to get it off the ground. Murphy spilled the tea, saying, the industry loves keeping us divided. They've got us all scared of losing what little we have. And get this, Murphy's been dropping hints about how big names like Tyler Perry and Oprah might be keeping the whole pie to themselves instead of sharing the wealth. Speaking of Tyler Perry, what a story. He started from Atlanta's theater scene and absolutely blew up with those Medea movies. But Chile, his success came with drama. There's talk that his ego got so big, he even started butting heads with Oprah herself.
Hearing all this noise, man, it was crazy because there were no black people on television. Before diversity became a thing, Tyler Perry was the only one out there for a long time.
When Perry took his talents to TV with House of Pain, it was a hit, but the drama just kept coming. You won't believe this. He fired 4 writers who just wanted union contracts. Writer Terry Jackson spilled all the tea to Deadline, saying, we wrote over 100 episodes, but when it came to getting our fair share from syndication and spin-offs, he just kicked us to the curb unless we took this horrible deal. Perry's response? Honey, he just decided to write everything himself, but the union drama didn't stop there. In 2015, both SAG-AFTRA and Actors Equity were like, nope, and banned their members from his stage play Medea on the Run because his company wouldn't sign those union contracts.
There's a camera on you, baby.
Is there a camera on me right
back behind you?
Oh, hello, praise the Lord. We'd like to tell everybody in Dallas that we are on our way. Thank you.
After House of Pain and Meet the Browns hit it big, journalist Jameli Lemieux wrote this scathing open letter to Perry in NPR. She was not having it with his stereotypes. She wrote, "The whole country's laughing at one of our most important figures, Mother Dear, our beloved matriarch. I just can't with seeing Mother Dear played by a 6'3" man with prosthetic breasts flopping in the wind. Our mothers and grandmothers deserve better than that." She did give him props for telling the Hollywood old guard is behind, but pointed out that both black and white critics were side-eyeing his work. Even the legendary Spike Lee had some thoughts about those stereotypical characters.
I think a lot of stuff that's on today is coonery buffoonery, and I know it's making a lot of.
Spike wasn't holding back. He said these stereotypical movies were breaking records, but at what cost? He thought the industry needed to do better than these one-dimensional characters.
Breaking records, but we could do better.
But wait, it gets juicier. People started noticing something about Perry's casting choices that got everybody talking. Critics were pointing out how he seemed to always cast darker-skinned actors as villains while lighter-skinned folks got to play the heroes. This had viewers heated and debating all over social media.
Full black woman being abused by a no-good, dark-skinned man, and then saved and rescued by the perfect light-skinned man.
Chris Rock called it out. He noticed this pattern in Perry's movies where you rarely see kind, respectful, dark-skinned boyfriends. He even brought up Tupac, saying Tupac might be a political leader if he was alive, but knowing Perry's movies, he'd probably be cast as the mean, dark-skinned boyfriend. Rock didn't stop there. He spilled even more tea, saying, "In Tyler Perry movies, there's always a woman in a bad relationship with a darker-skinned guy, then some lighter-skinned Prince Charming comes along to sweep her off her feet. And that dark-skinned character? Honey, they're mean on a whole different level."
We're going back to Mantan Moreland and Sleep and Eat.
Yet, if those films, I mean, we're talking about Tyler Perry.
Now let's dive even deeper into this Hollywood mess, because colorism is just the tip of the iceberg. Social media has been on fire with hashtag campaigns exposing all kinds of industry drama. Remember when Harvey Weinstein's scandal broke in 2017? That was just the beginning of Hollywood's dirty laundry being aired out.
About the dark side of Hollywood and how some power players allegedly use their positions to prey on young aspiring actors.
The number Me Too movement absolutely rocked Hollywood. Remember when Kevin Hart had to step down from hosting the Oscars in 2019 because of those old tweets? And don't even get me started on number Oscars so white. People were demanding more diversity and recognition for people of color. That Walk of Fame? More like Walk of Shame these days.
Has stepped down from hosting this year's Oscars. He put out a statement on Twitter tonight saying, "I have made the choice to..."
Let me take you back to a moment that'll break your heart. Picture this. It's the 1940s. And Hattie McDaniel just made history as the first African-American to win an Oscar for Gone with the Wind. But instead of celebrating this incredible achievement, they had her sitting separately from everyone else at what was basically a whites-only event. Can you believe the disrespect?
I sincerely hope I shall always be a credit to my race and to the motion picture industry. My heart is too full to tell you just...
Fast forward 80 years, and you'd think things would be better, right? Wrong! The 2020 Oscars was still dealing with the same old racial drama. Like, how do you explain snubbing Lupita Nyong'o's incredible performance in Us? The more things change, the more they stay the same.
Lupita Nyong'o.
Speaking of bias, let's circle back to Tyler Perry's movies. Take Steve Harris playing Charles McCarter in Diary of a Mad Black Woman. Another successful black lawyer character who turns out to be the villain. But here's where it gets wild. Dave Chappelle had some thoughts about Hollywood. He basically said once you see these people's real faces, you can't unsee how diabolical they are. Dave kept it real, saying it's the same monster that the number Me Too movement was trying to expose. And honey, Dave seems to be the only one who can speak his mind without fear. Even Kevin Hart, who said he wouldn't wear dresses, showed up on SNL and shocked everyone, including Chappelle.
Is that I've really dreamt of doing, which is becoming a global brand and what I love to do and tell jokes. So
Hart tried to play it off like it was all just for laughs, saying nobody forced him to do anything. But Chile, let's talk about Chappelle's 8-year break from comedy. When he finally came back, his first interview was with Oprah, and he spilled all about what made him feel so uncomfortable in Hollywood. He even talked about this whole dress situation and suggested that Hollywood, maybe even the was trying to demean black men.
I wear no dress, man. I'm funnier than a dress. Just give me something funny to say. I don't need to wear no dress to be.
Dave dropped this bomb of a question. Why do so many successful black male entertainers end up cross-dressing at some point? Think about it. Martin Lawrence in Big Mama's House. Eddie Murphy in The Nutty Professor.
I'm doing a movie with Martin.
Yeah.
The movie's going good. So I walk in the trailer. I'm like, man, this must be the wrong trailer because there's a dress.
The list goes on. Jamie Foxx serving us Ugly Wanda on In Living Color. The Wayans brothers in White Chicks. And let's not forget about that Juana Man movie that everyone's trying to forget.
Ooh, that girl get around.
Really?
But honey, nobody's done more cross-dressing than Tyler Perry. He's not just big in entertainment, he's got major pull in right-wing evangelical circles too.
Deal, let me ask you a question.
Yes.
Are you going out on Black Friday?
What the hell is Black Friday? Every Friday, it's Friday, I'm black, that's a Black Friday. What you talking about?
Perry took his success from gospel plays straight to the big screen. As someone put it, it's like Broadway, just with black people. And get this, his book, Don't Make a Black Woman Take Off Her Earrings, made it to the New York Times bestsellers list. But here's the question everybody's asking. Why? Why are these artists doing this? And why does the audience eat it up? Some people think it's about making black masculinity less threatening for certain audiences, like a way to counter that strong hip-hop image. But Ice Cube, he's got his own tea to spill. Apparently, both The View and Oprah's show gave him the cold shoulder when he was promoting Barbershop and producing Black White.
What platforms have banned you?
I've been you know, I tried to go on The View. They didn't have me on The View.
Why?
Well, a few of the guests just really didn't like where I was coming from.
The tea gets hotter. Ice Cube revealed that while the entire cast got invited to Oprah's show twice, he never got that invitation. He thinks it's because of his views. He straight up said, "When I became an independent thinker and didn't follow their brand of politics, suddenly I wasn't welcome anymore." Back in 2006, he told FHM magazine, "For Barbershop, she had Cedric the Entertainer and Eve, but I wasn't invited. She's had dance routines and lying authors on her show. If I'm not a rags to riches story for her, who is?" And it's not just Ice Cube. Ludacris and 50 Cent have called out Oprah for being anti-hip-hop too.
Misleading.
How so?
Well, the platinum plan is not my plan.
Things got even spicier when Ice Cube talked about his contract with Black America. He reached out to both Democrats and Republicans, but guess what? The Democrats told him they'd have to wait until after the election.
The contract with Black America, and I didn't run to go work with any campaign. Both campaigns.
He said, "I came up with the contract with Black America, and I didn't run to work with any campaign. Both campaigns contacted me." But after getting involved in politics, Cube claims these Hollywood and political elites started throwing obstacles in his way.
One person cannot get to sit here and talk to you.
As Ice Cube put it, it takes real strength to speak out about these issues. While Hollywood's still not perfect with racial equality, today's performers do have more choice in their roles.
Pope Conventionate is lifting her arms into her signature muscle man pose.
But here's the thing. People are getting tired of seeing black men in dresses. They're saying enough is enough. Our society's already got enough going on that undermines black men's masculinity. We don't need more of that. And that's the real tea, folks. Hollywood's been pushing these stereotypes for way too long. And while black artists used to have to take stereotypical roles just to survive in the industry, times are changing. People are speaking up. calling out and demanding better. Anyway, that's all the piping hot tea I've got for you today. Bye.